Right. So first is the objects and classes. So Java programming is completely based on the objects and classes. So just before starting that, I want to give an idea what is the object and what is the class. Suppose in the fundamental point of view, fruit is a class. Fruit is a class. So this fruit, there are so many fruits are there. So the corresponding fruits are called as a objects. So inside the class, there is several objects are there. Let us discuss fruit is a class, and inside the fruit, banana is a one object, apple is an object, mango is an object, and you can create so many objects are there. But the fundamental thing is that all the fruits are having some constant property. So you can use the property of the class. You can use the property of the class. Okay, so then you can just imagine that fruit is a class and objects are different types of fruits are there. Okay, similarly, in the Java programming also, you should, main concepts of the Java or object-oriented programming is two things. Number one, first thing is that a class should be created for any object-oriented programming. Inside the class, you should create so many objects are there. These objects can accept some parameters from the class. These objects can accept the parameters from the class. Parameters from the class. Okay, right. So there is no fixed rule. You can create any object. You can create. So if you want to work on the object, you should first create a class. The rule for the class is, this is called as a syntax. So the syntax of the class is, number one, first this is called as a keyword. So you can use the keyword class. You can use the keyword class. For this class, you can give one name. That class may be public. That class may be static. Public means you can use anywhere. Static means only we can get this program. So the class having you should mention a public, that is called an identifier, and next one a class. So that is class is the default value, and next one the class name. So let us take, let us take this is called as a public, and this is a class. So this is a class type, and this is called my class is a name of the class. Name of the class. For the name of the class, you should be remember that the class name is always a noun. So noun is always mentioned starting with the capital letters. Suppose let us take, there are two words of that my class. So if you are adding the two words, so then for each and every word starting, you should mention in terms of the capital letter. This is the right way in the Java. So that's why I mentioned the class name as M capital, my class. So C is a capital letter. Okay, so that's why to create a class, what is the syntax? This is called as a public, or this is called a modifier, and this is called as a class type, and this is called as a class name. The rule for the class name is it is a noun. Noun is always mentioned starting with the alphabet in the capital letter. Okay, and next one, this is called as a attributor. This is called as a attributor. Integer x is equal to 5. In the attributor, you should have the integer values, floating values, characters, strings, and also a method and constructor is also available as a attributors. Attributors. Okay. So first I repeat, and as goes on, you should understand the in-depth of the Java programming. First, you can understand that object-oriented programming. That means everything is related to object. So to create an object, to work on the object, you should create first the class. So the class should be mentioned as a public or static. Next is the type is the class, and the next one, this is the name of the class is Okay, right. Next, inside the class, there may or may not be any attributes. But default, I think at least one attribute should be maintained to work on the object-oriented program. So this is the first one. Next, this is the object. So object is completely access the attributes and can perform certain operations and certain perform operation. So in this class you can understand what is the class and what is the object and how it will be working. Up to this it is the right way. Right. So this is called as a one object. Object is created. To create an object, you should mention inside the class. This is called, what is the class name? My class. And what is the object name? Suppose you can put any name, but I am using the my object. Is a my object name. And you are creating a new one. So for every time you should create a new one. Object should be created a new one. So that's why when the creation, at the time of the creation, you should use the new. Okay, and in the my class, so this is the syntax. To create an object in a specified class. Okay, all right. So let us take, I want to create an object with the class my class. Okay, so in the class there is an attribute. Sometimes it is also called as a field. So in the field you are having the integer x is equal to 5. Okay, so now I want to access the, I repeat, I want to access the attributes from the system class by the objects is like this. System.out.println my object.x. Suppose let us test what happens. Clear? Alright. So I am stopping here and going to the programming. Let us take. Suppose this is the class name. So public class is the type and my class is there. So my class is my class name. So let us take in the attributor x is equal to 5. Attributor x is equal to 5. So now I want to access the attributors from the class by the object. So to access the attributor by the object, first you should create the object. So now this is the main function. Inside the main, you are creating my class. So why? Because the class name is my class. And what is the object? My object. It is the object name. And this is a new creation. So that's why new my class. Okay, once this object is created. So then this object can act as a one type of variable. So that's why this is called a, now I want to print what is the object which is accessing the attributors from the class. So system.out.println, you can access the attributors from the class. You can, the syntax is my object. This is the object name dot the attributors. X is X, Y is Y, Z is Z, and string or whatever when you can access. Or you can access the method also one type of the attributor. No problem. So this is the one important thing. So if I am running this program, then it will display my object.x. So then it is directly, this is called one type of object. This is the method. So then it is going to this value. X. What is the x value? X is equal to 5. Then I will get the answer 5. So, okay. Let us say it will display the 5 value. So this is the first fundamental program. So how to create a class? What is the rules for the creation of the class? Second one, how to object is created and how to access the attributors of the class by using the object. Okay, some students having the doubt that sir, is only one object is created for a particular class? No. You should create any object. So for this purpose, I want to create the 2 objects. So let us take. My class. All of you please follow. I am doing some mistakes, either by default or either by some problem. So please observe, then you can identify easily, because you are a most sharper mind. So you should easily grasp out the mistake. So please follow the class my, okay, obj is equal to new my LSS. Right. Is it working or not? Hello? Can anybody respond? Is it working or not? Okay, hello? Please respond. Okay, right. So I want to continue my class because you are away from the class. Okay, right. So next is the, suppose I am creating the one object which name is my object 1. Okay, let us I am creating another object, my object 2. So these two objects can access the attributes from the class. So that's why I am creating the one object, and the next one system.out.println my obj2 obj2.x. Okay. So what is the method? I am creating a class with the name of the my class, and I am creating the two objects. So the object name is object 1 comma object 2, my object 1 comma my object 2. So that's why if you are using by using the object, then it should be created first. It should be created first. So this is the creation of the new object, and this is the syntax. Okay, I can expand this program. Okay. Okay. So now it is visible, clearly visible to all of you. So now this is the creation of the objects in the class, and this is the accessing the attributes from the class. This is the method. So now if I am running this program, then you will get the two outputs. One is the 5 and another is also 5. Why? Because attributes are not changes, but objects are changes. Okay, right. Now I want to run. So please see that for each and every time I am changing the program, then before the running it should be saving the program. Okay, if you are not saving, then it will give the only the previous output. So this is the, so it will get the saving option. So I am giving the saving option. Save. So can you please see this? This is the, so you are getting the two files. Why the two files? Because you are creating the two objects, object 1 and object 2. So then you are getting the output, two outputs. Clear? Next thing. Suppose, I think up to time I am using, let us take, I want to add another attribute. I want to add another attribute. So that attribute is int, sorry, not int, string y is equal to my name. Okay. Okay. I think a single object, I repeat, a single object can access all the attributes or a part of the object, a few of the objects. So let us take, in the first object I want to access the x value, and in the second one I want to access the y. So these two objects are available in the class. Okay, so now the program is changes. So once I am running the program, it is asking first store the program, save the program. So okay. So then you are getting the answer 5. So object 1 is coming from 5 and object 2 coming from the, what is the object 2? Object 2 is accessing the y value only. That is the markup. Okay. So this is the another way to access the two objects. Okay. So I repeat, up to now you are understanding that creating a class and inside the creating the class, there are attributes are there. Attributes are there. So these attributes can be accessed by the objects. Hello? Hello? Any problem? Okay. So to use these attributes, we are creating a objects. New objects are created. So these new objects are accessing the attributes by this syntax method. This is the syntax method. So system.out println my object1.x system.out my object. Okay. So now you have the some of the students, eagerly enthusiastic students, said that, sir, I am accessing the 5, x is equal to 5. Is it possible to change the attributes? Yes. So let us check one more time. Now you are getting the 5 and number. Okay. So if you are clear that I am not changing anyone, then it will give the output value directly. If any program changes, any instruction changes, any line changes, then it will asking for the save. So let us take, suppose, alright, before changing, I am getting the value like this. Now, I want to change that. So that means attributes are also changes. Attributes are also changes. So that means my object 1 dot x is equal to 40. My object 1 dot x is equal to 40. So before that, it is a value is 5. Next one. Next one. My okay. So first I want to change one attribute, then I want to display. System dot out dot println my object 1 dot x. Okay. So this is the display. Now can anybody explain what is the output of object 1x? So if you are giving positive response, then we are understanding, you are following. Otherwise, there are two chances. Number one, you are not understanding. Number two, you already know that. Okay. So now let us take in the object 1 in previous, this is the x is equal to 5. Now I am changing the object 1 dot x is equal to 40. So x value should be changes. So what happens when it is output? So some problem is there. So line number 11.
You return full object.
Nana? Okay. What is the problem? Can you please tell me? Okay, this is called OBJ1. So I am giving the OBJ. Okay, so now I am storing this. Okay. Yes. So can you please tell me before x value is equal to 5 and y value is equal to Madhav. So you not only accept the attributes directly, you may change the attribute value also. So then it is clearly understand in this expression. So 5, Madhav and 40. So what is x value? X value changes from 5 to 40. This change is only for object 1. This change is only for object 1, but not the class. Attribute values cannot be changes. You can change that values only in the specific objects. Okay, only in the specific objects. Okay, sorry, specific in the class. So you can change only in the specific objects, right? So now you can understand creation of the class. Multiple attributes are there. Creation of the objects. Third one, you can change the attribute values. You can change the attribute values. And next one, more than one object is created. More than one object is created. Okay. Now, as an expert says that main and class are not placed in the same program. You should create a class in another class. You should run the program in another class. So that means you should create two classes. One class contains only the attributes. Another class contains the main program and objects. So you can access these objects from the class. This is a very good idea, okay, in the Java programming. So I can change you one more thing. This is the program. Not test maximum. So this is called as a student. Yes, the student. Let us take this is equal to how many classes are there? Let us take this is called as a static. Okay, I can show you one more time. This is called my class. Okay, public class. Okay, this is public. So let us take the student. So let us take class student. There are two classes are there. One is class student, another is class test student 3. But in the student class, I am giving the attributes, but I am creating the objects in the second class. I am creating the objects in the second class. From this class, I can access the attributes of the first class. This is the one of the best way and is the relevant way. Okay, all right. So I think I want to use some modifications. I can put the public. I can put the public. So let us take this is called as a public. Public class student, and next one this is called as a public class test student 3. Okay, as wish you can put any name, no problem. Okay, so now I want to create the two objects. So student S1 is equal to new student. So this is the student is the this class. Okay, so student is the class name, S1 is the object name, creation of the new is the new, and which is coming from the student. So similarly, I am creating another object. So in previous, there is no initialization. Okay, so you can use no problem. Right. So it is better to use 0. Assignment is important. Okay, to use any value. So this is for assignment purpose. So sometimes you may get error or problem. So this is assignment purpose. So actually in the previous program I am explaining that you can change the attributes of the class. So let us take, I am taking the new creation. S1 is the my object. So that's why I want to change S1.id is equal to 101. S1.name is equal to solo. Okay, and S2.here, then I want to printing this all this value. Okay, whether it is getting right or wrong, I don't think so. You can expect. Okay, are you getting the right answer? No?
Sir, public spelling wrong.
Yeah. All right. Okay, good. Check that. No problem. No problem. So I am changing this. That's why it's asking for. So why it is getting the 540 model? What is the problem? Other item. The public type student must be defined. So line number 7. Okay, line number 7. What is the 7? Student Java problem, line number 7. What is the problem? Okay, 3 is not important. Test student. Okay, no problem. So student yes or no? Okay. String ox. Okay, one. Yeah, right. Okay. Two signals are there. Okay. So I want to change. Okay. He's getting the same problem. Okay, I want to create new one. No problem. New. Okay, you can write yourself. Okay. So uh, what is the name? Can you please suggest any name? Okay, student. Okay, student class. Okay, student class and public. Right. So finish. So it is creating new one. So let us take student class. I want to give the attributes integer x is equal to some value 0. Next string y is equal to um, Madhava, no problem. So here I am closing the class. Next one, I am creating the public class. Okay, student, no problem. So then you can create the new one. So here it is a main ops. Alright. So next I want to create the objects. I want to create the objects. So for the objects, it is available in the student class. So that's why student student class. So you can put some name. Let us take yes. Okay. Uh, yes. Okay. Right. Is equal to new and student class. Okay. All right. All right. I want to create another one. Student plus t is equal to new student and here it is a class. Some problem is there. Some class class and next one this is the part class. Okay. Now I want to change the value yes dot yes dot x is equal to I want to change s dot is equal to 10. Okay. S dot y is equal to s dot y is equal to some caveat. Okay. Right. Next, I want to change the y dot. Sorry. Two variables are there. So t dot x is equal to. I want to change this value is equal to suppose 230. Next is t dot y is equal to. I want to change here. Okay, grammar of. So now I want to print out system dot out dot println. Okay, s dot x Next, SYSTM system dot out dot println t dot y. Okay. So next time on this. Okay. Let us check. Is there any problem here? 1, 2, 3, 4 closes, 3 closes. Okay. Then check. Student class. Okay. Stop. What happens is there terminated my class Java caption. What happens this? So this is the test Java closes. This is closes and the student class is closes. Okay. What happens? Student Java. What is the problem? Java application simple. Okay. No. Okay. The problem. No console to display this time. What happens? Student class. Okay. Student Java. Okay. So we can test one more time. Control C. So stop the sharing. Okay. Exit the full screen. I should go for okay. One more time. New bitmap is there. Test document is there. Okay. I can paste here. And file name is a student. So it's a save as. What is the name? Student dot Java. The desktop. All the files. Okay. CMD. CMD. Command prompt. Hello. With that, please wait. Java C. Dot Java. Okay. I repeat. Cancel. CMD. And Okay, okay. So save as test two. Okay, test student. Okay, save as test two student student dot java. Right, new files, desktop. Okay, save. So check the class. CD. Okay, DIL test student Java C test student dot Java. Okay, Anna, I think some problem is